All right, well, now to Wealth Wednesday. Many people are donating to charities as the holidays approach, deciding which charities to support and at what level. It can just feel overwhelming. But with most things, it comes down to planning and prioritization. Cliff and I spoke to our private wealth advisor, Will Rogers, about some tips and tricks. Take a look. We're joined by certified financial planner Will Rogers. He's discussing strategic ways to give back to charity during the holidays, which a lot of people are already doing. Yep. So, Will, there are so many worthy causes in need right now, but all of us have only so much time and money. So tell us, how can we decide who to support?
Well, first off, I want to thank you for saying deciding who to support, because if you're spreading it out between dozens of charities, really you're not making an impact with any of them. So as we're looking to make that decision, there's three factors that I think we should look at. We should look at, first off, do you have a close connection to the organization? Is it something that speaks to here? All right. Then, do you have the physical ability to make changes with them, not just with money, but can you get in there with your talent and your time and help them out where you can have that? And then the third factor to look at is, does the charity have a strong reputation? Are they well run? Are they going to be around tomorrow? Are they able to affect the change you're hoping that they can make?
Are they worth my money? That's
right.
What it comes down to. Let's talk tax considerations people should keep in mind. Are the tax deduction rules still the same?
No, the tax deduction rules changed a few years ago. And forgive me for what might be a bad example, but it's kind of like offering you'll take somebody out for breakfast when you've got free breakfast and they've got free breakfast all day long. The standard deduction is so high that most folks don't get a tax benefit from giving unless they get creative with it. So there's two big ways that they can get kind of a double tax break. The first is if you have appreciated stock. For 2022, there's not a whole lot of appreciated stocks out there, but there's some diamonds out in the rough. So if you happen to have some appreciated stock, one thing that you can do is you can give those shares, and you don't have to pay tax on that gain. Normally if you sold it, you'd have to pay capital gains tax, but if you give the shares to charity, then you don't have to pay that gain. The second strategy that I'm a huge advocate of is qualified charitable distributions. So if you have money in an IRA and you're over age 70 and a half, so this is for our viewers that are over age 70 and a half, right. Normally money that would come out of your traditional IRA, you have to pay taxes on this. Howsoever, if that check is made directly payable to the charity and you give it to them, it counts as your required minimum distribution, but that is not taxable income to you. There's some specific steps on this. I know you'll reference my website at the end, but right. This is a serious one. You want to talk to your accountant and get it right so that you qualify for the qualified charitable distribution. You can't give more than $100,000. The money has to come from your IRA. It can't come from a 401k or 403b. There's some technical stuff with this, but it's a great way that you could take a tax liability and turn it into food, housing, good work for charities.
And let's talk about this. Who are people that should give more than just money?
I really think we should all give more than just money. And I alluded to this earlier when you're trying to decide what charity can you give to. If you've got a special talent that can share it with others, all right, so that's it. My mom just brought me down to earth this summer, where I said, okay, what are you doing? She's struggling. She's got a lot of challenges in her world, and she said, I'm listening to people. I'm just listening and really listening.
I love it.
Some of the best things that you can do.
And that's the truth. It's a season of giving, but sometimes the best thing to give is just yourself in whatever way you can, like your mom is doing it by listening to others. Sometimes it's not all financial.
Agreed.
And if it is going to be financial, just be smart about it.
Yes.
That's why we're talking to you today.
Be wise.
Will, where can people go to get more info on this strategic planning?
Visit www.wrogers.info or give us a holler at 706-312-2000. Again, we're always happy to share our wisdom on wealth with anybody.
Always good to give. Just be mindful how you give. Will, appreciate the info and happy holidays.
Yes. Merry Christmas all.